All right, it says I'm live and I'm a little bit early. So I see there's one other person out there. So I'm gonna wait for a minute. Now there's two people. So people are slowly coming on here. So give just a minute here and let a few more people join. And I'm gonna set my watch for a 20-minute so I don't go over. All right. So, welcome to Breathe, Relax, and Recover. My name's Kyle, and just to get a couple legal things out of the way, this information here is not meant to diagnose, treat, or cure any illnesses or disease processes or anything like that. If you think you need to see a doctor, then obviously go see your doctor. And this information here is for educational purposes only. So before we get into everything, I just want to remind you to keep yourself safe, right? So I would actually suggest doing these exercises, these breathing drills, seated. You can also do them laying down. Now, I'm obviously doing them standing up, but you got to remember, I've done literally thousands and thousands of these in a standing position, and I know that my balance isn't compromised and I'll be okay. So I would suggest being in a seated position for these. Now, if you're doing these seated, just make sure you're not compressed. Okay, make sure you have a nice, long, tall, upright posture, because if you're compressed or slouching in your chair, you won't be able to expand your lungs like we need to for the breathing drills. So, seated, laying down, either way is fine. Now, if at any time you feel dizzy or nauseous, or you feel weird or funky or anything like that, stop the drill and just relax and breathe at your own normal pace. Now, remember, it's your lungs and you're in control, right? And so you can stop these breathing drills at any time and relax and be comfortable. So I just want to do a quick recap. So our episode one, last episode, we looked at two different breathing patterns. One was a long inhale with a short exhale, and one was the other way around, which is a short inhale with a long exhale. And I'm dyslexic. I want to make sure I said that right. So one's a short inhale with a long exhale, right? So we're counting through these. The other one is the opposite. So it's a long inhale and a short exhale. So those are what we worked through last episode, first episode. I'm going to add another breathing drill to this set that we do today. Now, I want to check your mechanics to make sure they're good. So what we do again is we put a hand on our belly and we put a hand on our upper chest. And if I'm standing sideways and you're watching me breathe, we usually see two different breathing patterns. One is where the chest is moving, so that would look like this. So the breathing is coming from high, and the other one is where the breathing is low, and it would look more like this. So you can see this hand moving. Right? So we want your breathing to be low. If you're breathing all high, if your breathing is all coming from here, that's called paradoxal breathing. And that's not the best breathing pattern for the best health. So what happens is your lower lung fields aren't getting any air. And so it's all coming into the upper lung fields. And we want to get air into those lower lung fields. So you have a diaphragm. It's a dome-shaped muscle. It's kind of in this area. It sits underneath your lungs, but on top of all the rest of your internals. So your guts and your kidneys and all that kind of stuff, it's on top of those. So anytime you inhale, that muscle will contract and it'll push everything down here, which means you'll push everything down and out. So best you can for what you can do now, try to belly breathe and breathe in here. Now, eventually I want you breathing all the way around. So into your back, into your sides, everything should expand. We call it 3D breathing. To help you with this, couple really quick tips. Take your thumbs, stick them in your side in the soft spot, and bring your hands together so your fingers are touching on your stomach, and they're just barely touching here at your belly. And when you inhale, they'll spread apart. And when you exhale, they'll come back together. Now I'm not moving my hands and I'm not pushing my stomach, right? I'm actually inhaling down the low and creating that motion. Now for some people, it's really hard to get started doing that. That's okay, do the best you can for now. Another trick is to take something and wrap it around you. So I have an exercise band. You can use a belt, a towel, anything, right? And just lightly wrap that around you and then breathe into that. And feel that expansion, and that can help you get that 3D breathing. So if you can get this moving, great. If you can't, that's okay. Do the best you can for now with these breathing drills. So I'm just going to recap and go through a couple of the ones we did last time, right? So we're going to start out with the short inhale and the long exhale. So I'm going to breathe, I'm going to count for a breath of 2 in for the inhale, and then we're going to count for 4 out. Now, if you can't do 4, try to do 3. If you can't do 3, do 2. If you can do 4 with me, awesome. Okay. So we're going to breathe in for 1, 2, and then out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in for 1, 2, out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in for 1, 2, and out for 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax and breathe normal at your own pace now for a couple breaths. And we're going to repeat that. This time we're going to go up to 6. Now, if you can't get all the way up to 6, that's okay. Just do the best you can. Do 4 or whatever you can do. But I'm going to count a count of 6. Right? So we're going to breathe in for 1, 2, and out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 1, 2, out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. In for 1, 2, and out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm cracking myself up because this is a really exciting video because I'm just standing here counting. So, and unfortunately, I can't breathe and talk and do these drills at the same time. So I can't with you, but that's okay. This is for you and not for me. So we're going to do that one time, a set of 3. And let's try 8 this time. Now, again, if you can't do 8, don't feel bad about that. And again, if it makes you feel weird or dizzy or nauseous or anything at all, just stop and go back to your normal breathing pattern, whatever that is. But we're going to go for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 1, 2, out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Breathe in for 1, 2, and out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now back to your normal breathing pattern. Just breathe normally now for a few reps. Now, eventually what I'd like to see you do is work this pattern that I just did all the way up to 30 reps. So we just did a set of 2 sets of 3, but I changed it from 4 to 6 to 8, but you do try to go for 30 reps of this. It's a great tool to use to help you to go to sleep if you're having a hard time relaxing, and you can try to get 30 reps of this in, and that can be a good way to help you relax and fall asleep. Now, I mentioned just briefly in the last video that we have 3 main parts of the brain, well, 3 parts of the brainstem, and different breathing patterns live in different areas of the brainstem. So we want to make sure we're activating multiple areas of your brainstem. So we're going to switch that breathing pattern to get some other parts of your brainstem. So this time we're going to do a long inhale, so inhalation focused, and a short exhale. Now your exhale, I just want you to relax. So when you get to the exhale part, don't force it out. Don't try to blow it out. Just kind of relax and just let it out. And I want to back up again. So tongue in the spot, we also talked about that last time. So through all of these, if your sinuses are clear, you should be able to do all this breathing through your nose, right? So tongue in the spot is going to be make an E and hold that E and then turn it into an N. So E, and that's where your tongue should be. So it's high and back and up in the roof of your mouth, and that will block off the mouth airway and force you to breathe through your nose. And that's what we want, is nasal breathing for these exercises. Now, if you're all stuffed up and you can't breathe through your nose, that's fine. You can go ahead and breathe through your mouth. Just do the best you can, okay? So this one's gonna be a long inhale with a relaxed, shorter exhale. So like a 2-second exhale. Let's start with a count of 4 and 2. So let the air out and then breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it out. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, let it out. One more time, breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it out. Okay, now we're gonna go to 6. So we're gonna breathe in for 6 and just exhale like relaxed. So breathe, let all your air out, and then breathe in for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it out. Breathe in for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it out. One more time, breathe in for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. And then go back to breathing at your normal pattern. It's kind of interesting to exhale and count and talk for the inhale. Okay, so let's do this again, and we're gonna go for a count of 8. So 8 in and 2 out. And we'll do 3 reps of this again. Okay, so go ahead and take a deep breath, let it all out. And then inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, let it out. And then inhale for 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. I was gonna cheat on you and make you do 8. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. One last one. Breathe in for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. All right, we're gonna do that one more time, and we're gonna go all the way 8 this time. So 8 in and 2 out. Now again, if you can't get the full 8, that's fine, just do the best you can. I need to get a breath so I can talk and do all this at the same time. All right, so go ahead and exhale, let all the air out, and start breathing in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, let it all out. And then breathe in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it out. And then one more time, we're gonna inhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Nice. All right. Good job. Hopefully you're feeling okay with all of that. And again, you can do the same thing with this that we did with the going the other way, where you can get up to 30 reps if you want. What I like to do is pick something like I talked about this last time a little bit, do a body scan, think about the tension in your body, how you're feeling, if you have any pain anywhere, that kind of thing. Do a body scan first, and then do both sets of these, like do the long inhale and the short exhale, or the other way around, and see if one of these makes you feel better, because they might make you feel differently because they do hit different parts of your brainstem. Now, I want to teach you a new drill exercise today, a new breathing drill, and this is what I call the sniff puff. So you're just doing a short little sniff, and then you're going to exhale and let it out. So it's kind of like a sip of air in a way, or smelling a flower or something like that. So it's just a short, sharp little, and then out. Now you can exhale through your nose if you want, or you can inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth and make a little puff sound. Either way is fine. If you can do it through your nose, let's go ahead and do it through your nose for now, especially on the inhale. And exhale, if you can go through your nose, that's fine. If you the way. So it can get a little bit complicated. So that's why I was saying for now, just in and out through your nose if you're able to do that. Okay, so this is really simple with a little pause. Okay, so I just got a little note there that my streaming connection was poor. Hopefully we got through all that. So I'm going to repeat that one more time. It's just a short sniff in and a quick exhale. So it's not a lot of motion, just a little bit. And again, we're trying to do this down low from the belly. Okay, So pretty easy, but we can make this more challenging and complicated as we go, and this is where the fun comes in. So that was a 1 inhale and a 1 exhale. So sniff, puff. Now let's put that together and do 2 at a time. So we'll do 2 sniffs and 2 exhale puffs. So it'd be like this. Okay, so sniff, sniff, puff, puff. Let's do that again. We'll go 2. Okay, easy enough. Let's go to 3. Let's do 3 again. Now, what this is going to teach you is you're going to have to gain control as to how much volume of air you're bringing in with each sniff to match how many times you're doing it. So this is a very good drill to bring consciousness to your breathing. Now, we breathe around 2,000 times a day, 20,000 times a day, and almost every single one of those is going to be completely unconscious, so we're not thinking about it. And here we want to bring this into our consciousness for just a few minutes. So this is a really good drill for that. Now we did 1 sniff puff, we did 2 sniff sniff puff puff, we did 3 sniff 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 puff puff puff, and we can work up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to 10, and then back down 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what happens is when you get into those higher ranges of numbers, again, you have to really be aware of how much you're inhaling and exhaling to make sure you've got room for the volume of all that air you're bringing. And it's an amazing drill for bringing consciousness to your breath for at least a few reps of breathing per day. So let's do we left off at 3. So together, let's do a set of 3, and let's go to a set of 4. And let's go all the way to 5, and then we'll go back down 4, 3, 2, 1 again. Now, again, if you can't do this, that's okay for now, because it can take a while to train and get this figured out. So if you can't do 3, 4, 5, just do 1 or 2, okay? So this is one is almost impossible for me to talk through and do at the same time. So hopefully the volume is good enough. You can just hear what I'm doing. So we're gonna start 1 in, out, and then we're gonna go 2 in and 2 out, and then 3 in, and so forth, okay? So so that's, I'm sorry, I started at 2. Fix that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go to 5. Okay, so it was 5 in and 5 out. Now here's the other really fun thing you can do with this is you can do it while you're walking. So as you're walking, each step you take, you can do a sniff and a puff, right? So you could each step, one step is sniff, the next step is puff. So as you're walking, or you can do 2 steps with 2 sniffs and 2 puffs. So it'd be in, out, out, in, out, out. Or you could do 3, in, out, out, out. Again, with each step of your feet. And again, you can take this all the way up to 10 and all the way back down again. Now it's a lot more challenging because now you've actually got physical exercise going on. And as we started this, I was saying you should probably do these seated for now or even lying down. So when we add in the walking, it's a great drill to help teach you, again, that awareness, to figure out how to control your breath. How much air do you need compared to how much air are you actually using for your physical activity? So there's a lot of really fun things we can do with that one. So just to recap, we're almost at the 20 minutes and I want to be careful with our time. So we have 3 breathing drills that we have now, right? So we have a short inhale with a long exhale, and you can count that whatever you want, as long as exhale is longer than the inhale. So that's version number 1. Version number 2 is a long inhale with a short exhale. So it'd be 4 seconds in, 2 seconds out, or 6 seconds in and 2 seconds out, or all the way up to 10, right? So that's the second version. Then the third version is what I just introduced today, which is a sniff puff, sniff and puff. So breathe in, and out. And you can breathe out through your mouth or through your nose. So that is today's breathing, and I've run out of time and I don't have time for the relaxation part. So we can do that on Thursday together. We'll do some more breathing and get some relaxing in next time. So I'm gonna hang out here for just a couple minutes. So if anybody has any questions, they have time to type those in, because I realized last time I signed off more quickly than people had time to type in their questions. So I'm just gonna hang out here for a minute and see if anything gets typed in there. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna sign off. So if you have no questions, see you on Thursday, and hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'm just gonna watch, see if any comments come in. So if you're still tuning in, this is gonna be the real boring part, because now I'm standing here and I'm not even counting. And I don't see any questions pop up, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. All right, bye everyone.